Hello. You might be wondering why my website, my business name is called Wild Spirit Woman. And maybe you're not. You're like, actually, I don't care, Sally. Well, anyway, so my business is called Wild Spirit Woman, but I'm also like a Reiki teacher. So I'm a Reiki teacher and I do priestessing um, in, in the area of, you would say, witchcraft. And I don't mix those two really together, although that's a complicated topic. But Reiki is really important, and it's the practice that I've probably focused on the most for like 25 years. I'm not saying I'm like, oh, I've been doing it for 25 years. I am a grandmaster of Reiki. But it has been part of my life. Really grateful to say, actually, for over 25 years, actually. My journey probably, I remember it probably hearing about Reiki the first time maybe in 1996. But I mean, where does any of this stuff start for us? Anyway, the point I was getting, what am I getting to? The point I was getting to is why Wild Spirit Woman and then Reiki, like, that, maybe, I don't know, maybe they seem a little offbeat or a little like not connected, but they are intimately connected. So Wild Spirit Woman, as I've said in another video, is about all of this. The universe, which I like to call the goddess, and this earth. This earth, I could say the universe, it's really big, isn't it? But this earth is amazing. Wow. And it's full of life. And all of that life is full of life force. And that's what Reiki is. It's the life force of the universe, isn't it? Spiritual energy. We could just label it spiritual energy, prana, Reiki. What are the other words? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But it's alive. And it's not, my whole thing is really about like seeing the world as sacred again. Everything. Not just the faraway places that are beautiful and full of waterfalls and everything, but also the land that we're on is sacred. Even if it's not held as sacred by the people here now, it absolutely at some point has been held as sacred. And that's really beautiful. So that's what like Wild Spirit Woman is about, honoring and seeing the sacred, but like on a more practical level for people that want to maybe decide to work with me, is about wild-hearted people, wild-hearted sensitive people, which that might be neurodivergent as well. People who are sensitive and really care about the world and care about people. And so working with wild-hearted sensitive people to come back to the sacred mystical, so we can see again the sacredness of this life. We have the energy and the space, sorry about the noise in the back, but the energy and the space and the presence and the resources to really just be here and be with the sacred that this is. Because life is hard sometimes, and it can be really hard if you're neurodivergent because we feel a lot of stuff. If you're a highly sensitive person or autistic like me, or dyslexic, I've got plenty of dyslexic friends. We just work. We all work differently, but yeah, as a neurodivergent person, like it can be hard to fit in. So anyway, I'm rambling, but the point is I love to help people like us come back to the sacred mystic, which is here now, and we can experience any moment with the right container, the right words, the right whatever it is, we can do it right now. And I love that. And that's what Wild Spirit Woman is about. But then Reiki, you're like, well, what's that got to do with Reiki? Or Reiki is part of that. So Reiki is my core practice, really. I love to do yoga, and I love to do. I love to meditate, and I love Zen Buddhism, and lots of things because I'm probably actually like partly ADHD as well. But yeah, Reiki is part of it because it's my core practice, and Reiki is actually, I don't know if you know this, but in its Japanese context, Reiki is actually a meditation practice. And you might be like, oh, meditation, what? But it is, I trust me, it's meditation. But meditation in the sense that meditation is facing into ourselves and understanding the nature of our being and our mind, and maybe even experiencing enlightenment or enlightenments, and growing that awareness of our interconnectedness. But without the words, just the pure presence of interconnectedness. So that's why I teach Reiki, is because I love it, because it's such a great practice to experience right now the sacred, and to experience the life force of the universe. It's a really beautiful practice for that. It's really clever. It's a really clever practice that was put together by a very, very kind man back in the early part of last century. And anyway, so that's why I teach Reiki, and I also like, there's a lot more to that. But anyway, let's just talk about this book. This is a book. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make another video. That's too much for one video. Okay. All right. See you later. Bye.